hurricane going on outside.
Hurricane Debby battered the Tampa Bay area with heavy rain and flooding.
Yeah, I got There's going to be a ton of tree damage.
As Hurricane Debby passed through the Tampa Bay area of the Gulf Coast on its way to land in Big Bend, Florida, it left behind flooding and storm surge. Several major roads, including Bayshore Boulevard and portions of the Howard Franklin Bridge and the Sunshine Skyway, were closed due to heavy rain and wind hazards. In Pinellas County, a fire engine was unable to withstand the heavy rains from Hurricane Debby, as a fire engine in Largo flooded during the storm. In St. Pete, an area that is always prone to flooding Shore Acres, experienced flooding again from Hurricane Debby. The intersection was closed, but some cars still tried to get through. Some people who were traveling at the time returned home to find they couldn't get back into their homes. In Clearwater, residents of Mariners Cove were prepared in advance, as the low-lying area is known to flood during major storms and hurricanes, like Debby. And Gulfport Beach saw the effects of Hurricane Debby, as heavy rains hit the area and caused flooding. The Sarasota Police Department released images showing flooding in several areas of the area. Photos and videos taken around the Tampa Bay area on Sunday show wind, rain and flooding as Hurricane Debby moved toward Florida. Debby strengthened into a hurricane Sunday night, before making landfall in Big Bend, Florida, on Monday. Until then, Floridians, like those living in the Tampa Bay area, were feeling its presence. Footage captured by Fox weather correspondent Robert Ray shows how the winds created massive waves that pounded the shores of Tampa Bay. In the footage shown below, heavy rain pounded Tampa Bay beachfront properties as tree branches were bent in the wind. The video above captures images of wind and rain pounding a pier in St. Petersburg. As the camera angle pans from the shore to the water, waves can be seen rolling in. Images taken in the Treasure Island neighborhood show flooded streets between homes. The storm has caused damage, including streetlights being knocked out in the Clearwater Beach area. After making landfall in Florida, Debby is expected to bring strong winds and heavy rain to Georgia and the Carolinas. Debby is still a Category 1 hurricane as it makes landfall in Florida's Big Bend region, but it will soon become a tropical storm as the system disconnects from the warm waters that fuel it. The reduction in wind speeds will do little to limit Debby's wrath, as heavy rain and flooding will spread across much of Florida and southern Georgia this morning and persist for days. Debby will move generally north-northeastward, with its center likely to cross into southern Georgia by mid-afternoon Tuesday. The system will move slowly through southeastern Georgia until its center emerges over the Atlantic around midday Tuesday. Debby could slow to walking speed by Tuesday evening and stall off the coast of South Carolina through at least Thursday morning. Heavy rain could be expected across parts of Georgia and the Carolinas during this time, especially coastal South Carolina. Another landfall is possible Thursday as Debby moves north over the South Carolina coast and then moves into central North Carolina on Friday. Debby is likely to lose strength quickly after it moves back over land later this week and becomes a tropical depression. Overall, Debby could dump up to 30 inches of rain on parts of South Carolina by Friday night and more than a foot of rain from northern Florida to southeastern North Carolina. Officials in Citrus County, Florida, are keeping a close eye on Debby's storm surge as communities recover from flood damage from Hurricane Idalia a year ago. Debby made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane near Steinhatchee, just 9 miles southeast of where Category 3 Hurricane Idalia made landfall on August 30th, 2023. Many residents in Citrus County, south of Steinhatchee on Florida's Gulf Coast, are just finishing up renovations to repair damage from Idalia's devastating flooding, Kinnard said. The area is only expecting a 3 to 5 foot storm surge from Debby, Kinnard added. If that happens, we're in pretty good shape. Anything more than that, and unfortunately, a lot of homes are underwater. Once the storm passes, officials will work to get the power back on, and debris removal companies will step in to deal with the mess, Kinnard added.
Yeah. Bars open.